Hey everyone, we're here with the Alpha Bill with Avacyn, Guardian Angel, and Mercadian Masques. Alright guys, so we had our break to, do the Commander 2016 products and all that. But it's time to get back to our bread and butter. And we got quite a few things. Mercadian Masques, famously known for having just a low power level after that, busted ass Urza block. But for Commander, ooh, this might actually be just a little bit better, at least as far as our stuff goes. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. We've got some nice lands coming at us. Dust Bowl. Taps for colorless, but its real power is that you can pay 3, tap and sack a land to destroy target non-basic land. It's basically a reusable wasteland. And in our deck, where we can use it to constantly just, proc the land tax, draw new stuff, that's really nice. It's one of those virtual card advantage kind of things where you can just go ahead and keep it out and snipe stuff. You don't have to worry about using the strip mine or the wasteland, something like that. So I'm looking forward to trying this out. We've also got High Market, which, way back when with the old tuck rules, it was there strictly to keep commanders from getting tucked. You can go ahead and sack the commander, let them retreat to the command zone, and then you'd be, fine. You just always leave this untapped so that you never had to get your commander tucked. And if we had to get our commander tucked, well then, we'd be fucked right up the ass. I'm not going to butcher it. We'd be lost without Avacyn. We have some okay creatures, but Sarah Angel and Warrior Angel and all them, they can't punch someone to 21 and call it game. Now, right now, it's here because it's a way to keep our creatures from being lost forever through exile. So if there's a Path Swords to Plowshares or a Path Exile or Final Judgment or just anything like that, being able to say, okay, let's go ahead and sack them to go ahead and make sure we can get them back later with like a Breath of Life or whatever, then that's actually worth. We can also use it as a way to 5-mana cheat out tutor something out from our deck with the Academy Rector. Just drop Academy Rector, sack it to High Market, trigger, grab whatever enchantment we need. So that's pretty good. Tower of the Magistrate, though, this is something that I've been wanting for a while. It's a way to give creatures protection from artifacts until end of turn. One, this is going to mess people with equipment. They go to equip their lightning greaves, and you can just say, okay, pay 1 tap, protection from boots this turn. It means that we can still target it with removal if we need to. The other is that it's going to give Avacyn or, more importantly, the Hoff and his entourage. It's going to give them the ability to hold off Steel Hellkite, a bunch of robots, Thopters, just really annoying stuff like that. So it's a way to kind of cover one of Avacyn's weaknesses, one of the things that she can't actually do, and in a very narrow and specific way that doesn't take away from our slots. One, this is a land. Two, it does have that interaction that I talked about. So in this way, we're covering Avacyn's weakness in a way that works for us. Speaking of covering Avacyn's weakness, Distorting Lens. Holy shit, look at this thing. It's a 2-mana tap, target opponent becomes the color of your choice until end of turn. It's a Scuttlemutt. It's an early Scuttlemutt. Merry Christmas to us. Like, Jesus Christ, do you guys remember how often, like, Eldrazi or robots would hit the table, and we'd be like, oh, wow, damn, I really wish that thing was colored so that we could actually, use Avacyn to protect ourselves from it. But no, we can't because it's a friggin' Eldrazi. Now we can. This thing is just, for Avacyn, this is a huge piece of tech. Like, wow, I am unreasonably excited for a pair of glasses that literally do nothing in any other decks except like a Jaya Ballard deck. That's the only other place where you should really be seeing this thing. Wow. We've also got Honor the Fallen, Graveyard Hate. Play more Graveyard Hate, it will save you so many troubles. This one says, it's a 2-mana instant. Exile all creature cards from all graveyards. You gain 1 life for each card exiled this way. So this is actually a nice little fill-in for that Congregate card that we ended up cutting a set or two ago. And it's also really important to make sure that people can't keep recurring their E-Witness, or their stupid Vorinclexes, or just hosing Reanimator decks. They go to Reanimate, you go boom, Honor the Fallen, now everything's exiled. Our creatures, we're going to be sorry that we're missing them, but it's not going to break our game if we can't get them back, Cho'umon's Blessing is actually just a strictly upgraded Word of Lights. because this one doesn't get sacrificed at the end of the turn for, flashing it in. Now, with that said, I am really keeping an eye out for a card that we could cut to put Ward of Lights back in, because Ward of Lights had some cool niche uses where we would want to put it on our opponent's creatures to help their stuff get through. Like the I believe it was the Zergo game. That might have been part of the case. Oh. So it's literally just flash enchantment. When it is a battlefield, choose a color. The enchanted creature has protection from that chosen color, but the Cho'Ma's Blessing is not going to remove itself if you choose pro-white. Although it is worth noting that it gets a little awkward with Avacyn and her, other auras and enchantments. Yeah. So, in this sense, strictly better than Ward of Lights. Kind of want to see what we can get back or cut out for Ward of Lights going forward. Devout Witness. So in this set, we get introduced to Spell Shapers, which are cards that let you pay a cost, discard usually involving mana and discarding a card, to get a spell-like effect. The flavor being that you're basically trading in a card in your hand for an actual spell. In this case, Devout Witness turns things into disenchants. That's super, super sweet, guys. That is literally, hey, land tax just grabs us a disenchant every turn. Just keep popping things. I like this a lot, and it's definitely one of the creatures worth using. If the effect is powerful enough, I'm willing to stomach Summon Sickness. And this is plenty powerful, trust me. Arrest! Probably one of my favorite aura removals in the game. 3 mana, the enchanted creature can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. That is incredibly versatile and deceptively powerful. You turn off a lot of great utility commanders, you keep them out of combat, and if they're one of those commanders that get stronger every time they come back, like Bastion Wanderer or Marath, then you can actually just keep them locked in a place where they can't actually do any harm. You boot them up to Vice Presidency. Fountain Watch. 5 mana, 2/4. Artifacts and enchantments you control have Shroud. This is perfectly fine for us. We're not looking to target or do any shenanigans with our artifacts. We don't have any reason to target our enchantments. And it's just the stuff that we control. It's completely asymmetrical. Fantastic. I love it. It's going to protect our enchantments and our mana rocks. Looking forward to seeing what these guys can do. And then finally, Noble Purpose. It's a 5-mana enchantment that says whenever a creature you control deals combat damage, you gain that much life. So the more we pump up Avacyn or just swing with any of our other creatures, now we have much more incentive to actually play other creatures. Off of that top deck, Noble Purpose. And then on defense too, they can go ahead and get us life. So the Vigilance actually becomes much more relevant. Because now they can attack, they can deal damage, get us life. They can block, deal damage, gain us life. That's very powerful. Flying and Vigilant is probably going to become a theme for this deck, because we're kind of playing a defensive Voltron build. It's really, really cool. So I think with that said, that's about all we have here. So let's go ahead and start going right into the games.